morning everyone, here from the famous city of Kyoto in Japan, which is considered to be the cultural capital of Japan. Very famous place, probably the most famous one along with Tokyo. And we're starting off around 7:30. Online it does advise to go to the places early to beat the big tours that are coming. You can actually already see two big coaches there, but two is not a lot for a place like Kyoto, I don't think. So we're going to be starting off exploring like the historical districts and streets, and right now we're on our way to a famous temple. So this is the first stop, Kiyomizu-dera. So this temple was established sometime in the 700s. Don't think it would have looked like this back then though. And at that time, Nara was the capital, not Kyoto. So after Nara, Kyoto ended up being the capital from around the 700s to the 1800s. A long time, just over 1,000 years. But yeah, even earlier, it is already getting quite busy here.
I like this temple. It's a bit different because it has like a kind of a bright red color, almost orange.
Yeah, it reminds me a bit of the one that we saw in Kusatsu.
Yeah.
The pagoda there. That was bright orange. A lot of the ones that we see are either like a brown wooden color or red. I get some nice views. I didn't realize we were so close to like the mountains here, all green. So it seems like we haven't even entered the main part yet. Gotta buy tickets here, even though it was already so impressive on the outside. So it was 500 per person to enter. So now it's one of the ancient brown looking temples. Wow, that's an amazing shot from here. I think that is the main temple over there. Beautiful temple with the city views in the back. This walk's definitely a bonus.
Yeah, and you can hear the birds singing. It's like really a really beautiful place and peaceful. This part here, suddenly it became peaceful, and I think it is. This temple is very different because we have the forest, and it's so green now. Because we went to a temple or a shrine, I don't know, in Nikko, which was also surrounded by forest, but I think it was dry because of the winter. But here it's so green, and just really beautiful.
Yeah, in Nikko it was also raining, so it was like very dark in the forest. This is nice and bright, very vibrant. So we're gonna make our way through the old streets. Everything looks so beautiful around here. And I don't know if we're already in Gion, the geisha district, but we're gonna make our way around there. I'm guessing everywhere only opens around 10 because it's almost 9 AM now. Everything's still closed. Wow, look at this for a beautiful street. I'm also curious how it's going to be, because apparently there's like some sort of tourist ban in place that started April this year, just now. And I think you're not allowed to go down some alleyways, some local streets, take photos, stuff like that. It's just being implemented, so we'll see how that is. I haven't seen any signs so far around here. I think this is what we read about, the Starbucks.
Oh, this is a Starbucks.
I think so, isn't that the Starbucks logo?
Oh yeah, the coolest Starbucks I've ever seen.
Yeah, at least they maintain the traditional style. Would be kind of ridiculous to see a modern Starbucks building in the middle of this.
Yeah, I remember the one that we saw in Dubai. Was it Dubai? Yeah, Dubai, right? At the old...
Like Medina.
Yeah, the old Medina. It was really cool as well. But maybe this one is cooler.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, here's one of the signs. No photography. So down there. We've now come to Maruyama Park. This was on our list of things to do. We just came across it. Decided to come through here. The Japanese gardens and parks are always beautiful anyway. So yesterday I was reading about the ban, and I think it's just because a lot of the alleyways were getting like congested with too many tourists, and yeah, many people stopping to do like photo sessions, right? So the locals started getting annoyed since they live there. And I think also some people were kind of like harassing the geishas from what we read.
Yeah, I think it was like isolated incidents, but still we know that unfortunately, since there are bad people in the world, there are bad tourists in the world. They are the minority, which is good, but still some people are disrespectful, and that's a shame really, which ends up being bad for all the tourists, even the ones that are respectful.
Yeah, so it said there was like incidents of people like touching them, touching their hair, things like that. So yeah, it's just a big problem, right? And right next to that park, we got another surprise. Look at the size of this massive Buddhist temple complex that we weren't planning to come to.
Gion In Temple.
Gion In.
Yeah.
You can hear them praying inside. So this seems like a good place to come if you're just looking for a quiet temple experience away from the other tourists. By the looks of it, it's not a popular one, even though it's so impressive. You've been seeing these a lot in Kyoto too, which kind of looks like a pagoda. I don't know if you call that a pagoda. Stone ones. So we're now on one of the most popular streets called Hanamikoji Street. So the majority of the side roads here say that you can't film, says 10,000 yen fine if you do. To me, so far, it doesn't seem like much of a big deal because even the main streets already look pretty cool. I don't know if the side alleys are so much better. Like, you can still walk down here. Yeah, it's mainly just the small tiny alleys, that's it. It's still a lot quieter than I was expecting though. I think it's around 11 now, 11 a.m. And this ain't busy at all. Pretty minimal people dodging. Still a lot of the places seem to be closed though. Yeah, so here's an example. Fine up to 10,000 yen without permit. More signs: don't spread out and block the street. Don't touch lanterns, fences or doors on private houses. So I'm thinking that all these places might only open at night for the geisha shows. Premium seat and tea ceremony, 7,000. Regular seat, 4,000. Maybe we should go to one of the shows one day.
Yeah, I'd like to do the tea ceremony too.
For 7,000. So we've come into this restaurant that just opened at 11:30. A lot of them only open at 5:30 p.m.
Yeah, I think this is more an area to come at night. Looks like it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for noodles. Tori number, like chicken noodles, 1,180 yen. He brought us like a hot tea. So us three all went for the same chicken ones with the udon. And yours is udon but with fish.
Yeah, I think this is like a Kyoto specialty, and it's with the herring fish and just noodle.
Yeah, I think that was 1,380. Somebody was dissing our chopstick technique in the video.
I have none.
No technique.
My technique is just as long as I can grab it. Okay.
Yeah, that's me as well. Like, I don't even know if I'm doing it right, but I've been doing it like this for years. Does the job. Super black fish.
Yeah, it is. It's very strong. I'm not sure if I love it.
Too strong.
Yeah.
The duck bath.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess there used to be like an ancient bridge here where this one's located now. So this might be the nicest part so far. Got the beautiful flowers and plants, really old buildings, and then the stream flowing through. I always like the Japanese style trees. This one looks like those ones that you see in the bonsai trees. Normal size version. Some of these buildings here are also restaurants. We passed one down at the bottom that was like a cafe. People were sat right over the water. So now we're queuing up at this place for some local desserts. I think my mom's gonna get this, which is some sort of thing with custard inside. And Carol's gonna get this sweet potato thing. 300, and I'm gonna get a green tea ice cream with red bean, 350. Yeah, this is definitely one of the most unusual things that I've eaten in Japan so far. I've had the red bean paste thing on other desserts, but yeah, this one's bizarre. I don't even know how you eat this as well.
Like ice cream burger.
Yeah, this is like some sort of like cracker. Very good, I like it.
Yeah?
It's mainly just the taste of the bean.
Real hot.
Oh, they heat yours up.
It's really good. I think I prefer the sweet potato more than the red bean one.
Yeah. So we've now come to Arashiyama to see the famous bamboo forest. About 20 minutes on the metro from the main station in Kyoto. So it's just about 6-7 minutes from the station and you already enter the bamboo forest. Didn't have to pay anything so far. Looks really cool, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Have we ever been to a place with all this bamboo? I don't think so, right? Been to forests that have like little sections but not like a walkway like this. So you got this temple here, Tenryu-ji Temple. We're gonna check that out. Didn't even know there was temples on this trail. There's always a temple though. So it was 500 to enter, but that's just for the garden. If you want to go inside the temple, you have to pay 300 more. But we're gonna be visiting other temples, so won't bother going to this one. Yeah, beautiful from here. I guess this was the shot from the photo that we saw on the entrance. Like a big pond.
The fish are on the shade.
Oh yeah. Wow, look at this cherry blossom here, still going. The majority are already dead. Must have been a late bloomer for it to still be like that. Yeah, there's some real vibrant colours here though. Flower, ultra pink.
Nice shots of the bamboo.
More bamboo. Oh yeah, this is a nice part. So apparently we haven't even approached the main part of the bamboo forest. I think it's over there. So the area that we walked through before wasn't the main part. So we walked up some steps and check out this view here. There's like a observation deck. I think there's a few observation points, but absolutely beautiful river. A little boat over there. You can do like a little river cruise if you want. And there was a sign back there showing that there's like a train track. You can get a train that goes along the riverside. You're really scenic ride.
There are some small beaches, like beach area around there.
Yeah, I can see the sand.
Yeah, it's crazy because when you search for the bamboo place, you don't see that there are other things to do around here, like this place.
And the garden and the temple.
Yeah, there's so much to do.
So I checked online and that's not a restaurant, it's actually a place that you can stay, like a hotel. Man, that's got to be like one of the best hotels in Kyoto. Should have stayed there, Carol.
Probably pricey, but maybe it's worth it.
$1,000 per night. Coming down to the riverside now. Yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite places in Kyoto. The nature. So there's a variety of different kind of boats. I think you can get your own little rowboat. So I think we should get the rowboat and Carol does all the rowing.
No way. I only go if you do the hard work.
Yeah, definitely come down here if you're visiting the bamboo forest. Judging by the lack of people here, I don't think a lot of people know that you can come down here. And it was only like a 5-minute walk maybe, really close. So we're going for it. We're gonna do the boat tour, which we weren't planning on doing. Leaves in 25 minutes, I think. 11:55. So that is 1,500 per person for a shared boat. Kyoto Arashiyama Rankyo. I don't know what Rankyo is. Name of the boat maybe. You can do it at night. Didn't you show a winter photo somewhere?
Yeah.
Wow, look at that. And autumn. Yeah, so basically we got off at the station here, walked through the bamboo, and then we went here and got some views. Right now we're here, and then after the boat tour we're gonna have to cross the river, I think, and go to the monkey park. Nice little seat. See how the water is here. Yeah, it is pretty cold, not ice cold though.
I think it's good. I think I could swim.
A refreshing swim. I don't see anyone swimming in here though. We got a shopping boat. I think it's mainly food and drink. So we're gonna get the rice cake thing. It's 400. You got 400? Thank you. Change. Arigato. Yeah, they even had like a little kind of like barbecue thing going on.
Yeah, fish and some other things.
Some other meat.
Oh, it's hot.
It is too hot.
Too hot.
Yeah, it's been a while since we're eating this. It's nice though, with the soy sauce. Right, so now we're gonna make our way to the monkey park. I think the boat tour was what, like 30-40 minutes?
Yeah, 30 minutes. It was cool.
Just needed a quieter group with us.
Yeah, people were talking and talking all the time. It wasn't really relaxing.
Because of them.
Yeah, but it was beautiful, a beautiful ride.
Yeah, but I was just kind of hoping for like a very peaceful and quiet boat ride. But yeah, when you're doing these things with other groups, you kind of depend on everyone else, right? Still was good though. So not only boat tours, you can do these little tours as well, where the guys carry you along. Shiba doggo. So for the monkey park, it's 600 per adult to enter, and it said that we got to do like a 20-minute walk. It's pretty much all uphill, so we just went up some steps because you also get a viewpoint. Monkeys in a viewpoint. So the sign back there said there's 120 of these monkeys. The moment you get up, you can already see a few.
Do you see the one like taking a bath? Oh, and the fish coming closer.
Fish is gonna eat it. That's like a baby one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going inside, isn't he?
Yeah.
So these are the same kind of monkeys that they call the snow monkeys that you might have seen in footage where they chill in like the hot springs in the snow in the north of Japan. It's the same kind. So we've now come to what is supposed to be one of the most beautiful temples in Kyoto, called Kinkaku-ji. It's 500 to enter. We got a taxi here, about 20 minutes to get here, and the taxi costs 3,200. We don't often get taxis in Japan, but if we didn't come by taxi we'd have to get 2 buses, and the place is closing soon. Closes at 4:30. Yeah, this is the most packed place so far. So it's also known as the Golden Temple for obvious reasons. And once again, just an absolutely beautiful setting, like many of the temples that we've been to throughout Japan on the lake. I don't think we've actually seen many golden ones.
No, not all golden like this. Not here. We've seen ones like this in Thailand maybe, but not in Japan.
Yeah, I think that's the first like fully golden one. Originally built around the 14th century, but this one's like a reconstruction, like many of the ones that we go to in Japan. Wow, look how it looks in winter. So you can't enter this one, just gotta admire it from the outside, even closer now.
This is the most beautiful setting, isn't it?
Oh, with like the lake and the forest.
Oh yeah, that is just perfect, really.
That's why they say it's one of the most beautiful in Kyoto. Definitely it seems like it. So online it says that the original one was burnt down by a monk that was here, which is not a story that you hear often. Apparently they said he had some kind of like mental illness, schizophrenia, and he burned it down. He wanted to shock the world, so that's why this one is a reconstruction. I think a lot of the other ones were damaged more like natural fires.
Yeah, earthquakes, or even like by the wars. This one is a different reason.
Yeah. So it is our final day in Kyoto now, and we've left the most iconic spot for this final day, the Fushimi Inari shrine. Some of you may have seen this, the part that we're gonna be visiting very soon. It's pretty much the place that I always saw in the photos of Kyoto.
Yeah, I think it's the most iconic place, and that's why it gets very busy, but that's also why we decided to come early, like 7:30 a.m.
As usual, a really epic looking entrance. So I mentioned in some other videos that I'm often confused if it's a shrine or a temple. So apparently shrine is only used when it's a Shinto building, and temple is when it's Buddhist. So there's a few things that you can check to know if it's like Shinto. You'll have these kind of gates at the front, so that is just a Shinto gate. And you'll also have like the dogs or lions, I think, at the front, these guardians. Whereas the Buddhist temples usually have those kind of like big warrior statues. And then obviously in the Buddhist temples you'll have the Buddha statues in like the main hall. Seems like it was good coming here at 7:30 though. Basically nobody around really. Nice and quiet. Good luck choosing a favourite temple on this trip.
Yeah, I'd have to look at them all again. You kind of forget. It's got to be the last couple. The one in
Nara.
In Nara was something, wasn't it?
With the big Buddha inside. Yeah, the one in Nara was massive as well. It looked like it was like 5 times taller than this.
Fantastic, aren't they?
Yeah, they are nice colours. Orange. So we're now entering the iconic part that we're talking about. So apparently there's around 10,000 of these torii gates here. We used to seeing just like one.
Yeah, but I don't know, I had an idea that these were like small.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know they were like so huge and also like thick like this, the big wood.
Yeah, I mean they're definitely bigger than I thought, but I knew they were pretty tall. So there's like an entire walkway like this. Ah, this is what Carol was talking about. They're a lot smaller here. Yeah, maybe this was the famous part then. Like 2 little tunnels. So it makes a bit more sense that there's 10,000 of this kind, because if it was the massive ones, 10,000 would have been completely nuts. And on each one you can see the writing here. Apparently that's either the person or organization that donated to this shrine. And the earliest ones are from like the 8th century, going back that far, and they're still putting more and more in. Definitely glad that we came early. This is awesome. Okay, never mind, now they're kind of big again. So I guess they're all different shapes and sizes. And this is a trail. I think people say it takes around an hour to go up. And then maybe like half an hour, 40 minutes to come back down later on. Apparently this was also featured in the film Memoirs of a Geisha, which I watched probably over a decade ago, so I don't remember. Need to watch it again. So we're almost at the top now. It is a lot of steps at the end. And there's also buildings where you can get like snacks and rest. Many vending machines, places you can buy drinks and stuff. So yeah, you can rest. I really didn't realize that it would be like this the whole time though. I know it's 10,000 of the gates, but I thought it would stop at some point. It really does just go on and on. The further you get to the top, the emptier it gets. I think a lot of people don't go the entire way. There was a place halfway with like a viewpoint. I think a lot of people just go to that one and then go back down. So this is the top shrine. Don't think you get any views from up here. Still surrounded by the trees. So the name of the shrine has Inari in it, and I just found out that means rice. So it's kind of like a dedication to the Shinto god of rice. Seen that on Japanese menus before, so now I know what it means. Rice. Pretty cool though how they have all the gates still up here. Mini gates.
Yeah, it's really nice, and there's many like dog statues. I'm not sure if there's any religious thing about a dog. I don't know. I will search later on.
Yeah, because usually we see like that dog lion thing at the entrance, but
here it's a different kind of dog.
it's just a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. More doggos.
Yeah.
Yeah, they always have something in their mouth. They're playing fetch. So we're back in the historical neighborhood of Gion once again, and we just did a tea ceremony. You weren't allowed to film there, but you could take some pictures. So it's basically just the preparation of matcha. So that's a ceremony that they do on special occasions, things like New Year's, all sorts of occasions, but it's not something that they do on like a regular daily basis, not that kind of preparation with matcha. And we're back on that main shopping street again, so there is more movement. Still looks like the places are closed. I don't know, are they closed or do they just keep the doors closed?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the restaurants are closed because of the time. Maybe after 6 they will open again.
Still early. Yeah, the lights are on at this one, but I don't know. So this part here is called Gion Corner. This is where you have the other tea ceremony shows and a theatre. So I think it was here that we were seeing those posters for before, but when Carol checked, I think you said it was all sold out.
Yeah, for Even next week, everything was sold out.
Really?
Yeah.
So book in advance if you want to do that. But that's where you'll see like the proper geisha shows. I think it's more of like a big event. But then Carol found the one that we went to online. But it was just a small group. It was just my family and 2 other people.
Yeah, it was really cool. Very like calm, almost like a meditation.
Yeah, and a nice like traditional house setting.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, it's a nice experience. So we're going to be leaving Kyoto now. We're actually heading back to Nara, where we made a previous video. Not going to be making more videos there, but we just thought it would be a cool place to spend some more days since we liked it there, and it's also pretty close to Osaka, where we'll be flying out of Japan from. And we've been staying in this house, so it's 2 floors, $163. That's shared between the 4 of us, so we're just paying half of that. We're in like a quiet little neighborhood, not too far from the train station. I think it's about a 7-minute walk to the train station. That's where we're going now. It's nice and quiet though. And this house has 4 bedrooms. So there's one in there. My parents were staying in this one. And then there's one downstairs. There's lots of like nice art. Got these umbrellas too for the lights. That's something different. And then once again it's the kitchen and the living room joined together. But also really nice. It might actually be the best place that we've stayed so far, the best accommodation. So basically every single place that we visited on this trip was absolutely amazing. I think overall our favorites would probably be Kusatsu, the onsen town, since that was something new for us. It was absolutely incredible because it was snowing too, made it even better. And then Okinawa, since we love beaches, and that place is just absolute paradise, basically like the Caribbean. A lot of people don't even know that Japan has things like that. And Kyoto, we have seen during these last few days that it is definitely famous for a reason, just so many spectacular things. Like it is known to be like super touristy, but yeah, there's definitely a reason why. And as we've shown in this video, even going to places around like 10 a.m, they weren't actually that busy, because we read in some blogs saying, oh, you need to get there around 6 or 7 a.m. But that must be people that want it basically completely empty to take photos or something. We don't need places to be completely empty. I just don't like it when you're at those kind of places where you have to keep people dodging all the time and it's hard to walk around, but it wasn't like that at all. Maybe if you go to the attractions after 12, after lunchtime, then it's chaotic, but we didn't see that on this trip anyway. And it's just been incredible to finally come here. Always been absolutely fascinated by Japan. And yeah, I think a lot of people are. That's why there's so many tourists here right now. Japanese things have had a big impact throughout the world. So yeah, I think the majority of people that I know have always been playing like their video games, the Nintendo, Sega. I remember I used to play when I was little Sonic the Hedgehog, Tekken, the fighting games. Pretty much all of it was Japanese video games. And then you had the other things like Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z. I remember seeing all that kind of thing on the TV. And then there's also the other things like the car brands, the electronics, TV brands, all that stuff. It's kind of hard to go a day without seeing something Japanese, even outside of Japan. So yeah, it's been amazing to come here and see it all around here too. And we'll definitely come back in the future because there's just so many places to visit. Some people say like Japan's like a theme park because there's just so many attractions. Basically every single place that you go, there'll be some kind of tourist attraction, something to do. There wasn't really anything negative about here. People say like the language barrier. I mean, it is a bit difficult sometimes without the English. I didn't really see that as a major negative though. If you have like the translation apps, you get used to it pretty quick. One of the weird things though was sometimes trying to get food. Sometimes we go to restaurants and be turned away, and apparently that's quite common here, and I don't know why. There's like multiple theories online. Some places say that Like foreigners are not welcome at some eating establishments, it's more for Japanese. Some other places say that if they don't think they can serve you well because of the language barrier, they just prefer to not serve you instead of giving you bad service. So it's not like they actually have a problem with you. They just think it's bad that they're going to do, a bad job. I don't know. But you don't really get that in other countries, so it is kind of weird when you go to places and they turn you away, and then you see the locals, the Japanese, being allowed in. And it did happen quite a few times. And we actually met other people that it happened to them. So yeah, I don't know what that is exactly. Maybe somebody watching knows about that. And in the next videos, we're going to be visiting China for the first time for just over 2 weeks. It won't be a big trip like here in Japan. So really interested to see how that country is. So if you like this video, just drop a like as usual to support us. Subscribe to see more videos like this. Follow us on Instagram, and we'll see you in the next one.